Hey everybody, welcome back to this TT-02B build. As you can see, we're done with the chassis and we're going to be working on the body and placing the decals. Now these decals are not pre-cut. We're going to have to cut them out by hand. It's going to be quite a process. Before we start, I want to give a shout out and a thank you to a fellow YouTuber and subscriber of mine, RC Days. His channel link is below. He pointed out to me from the cable management video, electronics and cable management video, that the motor wire, ESC wire motor wire, was going to interfere with the buggy body sitting flat onto the chassis, and he was absolutely right. So I relocated the ESC wires. I added this 1-inch wide rubber sleeve, and I just tucked the wires in there. I did not shrink this, so I can still remove this, take this out, and if I want to change motors and everything or whatnot. So thanks for the tip. Check out his channel. Speaking of subscribers, a whopping 93% of you guys watching this video are not already subscribed. So hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. Keeps my channel growing and helps me make more videos. All right, so here's the instructions for the decals, and as you can see, they are numbered. So you should do them in a sequence, starting with 1, which is on the spoiler, and then go around. There's a reason for it, so one sticker doesn't interfere with the other, so make sure you do it in that sequence. And if you have been handling the body and gotten some grease or whatnot on it, make sure you wash the body first with dish soap and some warm water, and then wipe it off with a paper towel. So let's get started. So like I said, the decals are not pre-cut, so you're going to need a hobby knife and a pair of scissors, and just see what situation you can use either one. Sometimes it's easier to cut these kind of tight corners, especially these round shapes, with the scissors, and sometimes where there's a very straight edge like this Tamiya decal right there, you need to use a ruler and then use a knife to cut that out. Now my tip for putting on decals is to give yourself plenty of time. I know it's going to be tough. You really want to take your buggy out there and bash it or whatnot, but give yourself an entire day to do this. Even though when you're looking at this sheet, there isn't all that many decals compared to the Fat Fox that I did a few videos ago. But it's still going to take a lot of time, and if you want the buggy to look as good as the box, you're going to have to take your time. So here we go. All right, for the spoiler decal, I think I'm going to use a pair of scissors. I'm going to have to finish up with a knife to cut that straight edge right here, and we also need to cut those 2 slots out for the wing. All right, try to use a new blade if you got one. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. Here's the wing. First thing I'm going to do is take some dust off or whatever. If you have a compressor, just blow off any dust that was on the body. Test fit it. Looks pretty good. Make sure you know how it's going to go down. Okay, then we're going to peel this. Okay, there's a couple sides I can use as a reference starting point for this decal. I have this top edge here, and I also have both sides. So I can either peel the sticker going this way or going left to right. I think I'm going to use the top down because that's a much longer edge. And if this is correct and lay down properly, everything else should fall into place. All right, next number 2 is this chevron badge on the hood of the buggy. And there's a blue line there. I'm going to cut along this blue line and go around that way. One thing I like about Tamiya decals, even though it's not pre-cut, these decals are very forgiving. They're strong. If you're stretching them out, or if you make a mistake, you need to peel it off, it comes off and it stays in shape. So that's what I like about these Tamiya decals. All right, it looks like I was just off just by a little tiny bit, but you can't really tell the difference. Pretty happy with this. So let's move on to the next one. All right, that looks pretty good. I could have gotten a little bit closer, but I think I'm going to live with that. Now I'm just going to gently peel back. All right, now all we have to do is line up this decal, and if there's a little bit extra on the bottom, I'll just trim it with a knife. I want to make sure the checker flag is seamless and look good. Okay. Again, this side matters more than the bottom edge, so I'm going to peel this decal from this corner and go that way. Okay, again, you saw me completely peel it off and put it back on. Like I said, Tamiya decals are very forgiving. So I did the best I could. It could be a little bit cleaner from that edge, maybe if I overlapped it a little bit. But there's a little bit left here. I'm just going to trim that off. Okay, I jumped ahead and cut out both of the decal here. And again, I'm going to use the stripe as a guide to place this decal. All right, here we are. I think this side came out better than the other. Let's go ahead and measure the bottom decal. And it's looking good. It lines up and just a little bit on the bottom. So let me place this one. Yeah, this side definitely came out better than the other side. It's a lot more clean. Let's go ahead and trim this excess. Okay, I think the hardest decals are done. All the rest of them are just words. They don't really need to line up or overlap another decal. It's not going to be a lot of precision. We just have to make sure it's relatively straight. So I'm just going to knock those out. Make sure you throw away the scraps as soon as you can. Otherwise, you'll be looking for decals all day. Number 11 and 12 is a black sticker that covers that. Makes it look like there's a vent hole there. All right, number 13 and 14 is this fluorescent yellow stripe, and it goes over the side windows. So I wasn't sure where the fluorescent line would go, so I cut out the window. And so the window is going to seat completely into the indentation. So The yellow line would actually go above that. Okay, 15 is this right here, all out Aldridge, and it goes on both sides of the roof. Okay, I think that's close enough. 16 and 17 are the side of the spoiler. So for this kit, there is no need for the 18. I believe 18, if you had the non-gunmetal and with a clear Lexan body, this would tint the window right there. But we don't need it. Okay, I have all 3 windows cut out. Put those on and we're done. Okay, next we're going to install the spoiler, and this piece right here goes under like that. Spoiler goes on there, and I'm going to put 2 screws on that. And it goes on with this dark flange screw. Going to push that through first. Set that in there. This piece goes this way, like that. Don't forget to use a blade and punch that hole. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the body. I want to make sure it seats straight. So I know that the front looks pretty good right there. And the back looks like I only have 2 holes left. So I'm going to put the pin on the 3rd hole, and this one is 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to put on the 8th hole. First, we're going to put the pin where the body's going to sit on. So on that side is the 3rd hole. On the front, it's going to be the 8th. May adjust this after we test this. It looks pretty good. Just make sure it's straight, left and right. Yep, it's looking good. Now we can pin the body. And you want to make sure you go 2 holes above the body. You don't want to squish the body against the pin. You want to leave a little bit of travel, so when the buggy is bouncing around, it has some give. This advice came from a very experienced kit builder and racer. So I believe when he tells me that is the correct way of doing this. Okay, that's the video for today. This concludes the TT-02B Plasma Edge 2 gunmetal build. The kit is completely done. So the build series is over, but my next video, I'm actually going to put this side by side next to a standard TT-02 and talk about the differences between the B variant and the standard variant and how much different there is and what's interesting about this particular buggy. So thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, I really appreciate it. Drop a like, leave a comment. Tell me what other cars you'd like me to build. I'll be happy to try to find it and build it. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.